Peep, thanks to the spam you guys have given him on Facebook. Guy's got to be up in 4 hours to get his flight home, but he's sticking in here to get this game out for you guys. So thank you to you for that. Thank you to you for this whiskey as well, which will keep me going for the rest of this game.
Keep you perky.
It will. So most of the picks and bans are already underway. Against Still of 30 versus Absolute Legends. There are all of them complete. So Irelia, Rise, Warwick, Shen, Ken and Jana. A lot of those are just standard we've seen all the way through. Warwick a bit more targeted at Anguish there.
Those are very fast bans. I am surprised not to see a Karthus ban. I think we will see Momo pulling out a Karthus further down the pick stages.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's not one that... I mean, Extinct can play it, but he's not one of his favourite champions. I can't see them picking it straight up unless they really want to take it off of Moma. But they've left Fizz open as well. Moma's already said, if they take my Karthus, I'll just counter it with Fizz. And we've seen that happen before. And I suppose it's him go 12-0. So not the kind of thing you want to risk.
One of the common bans we've seen throughout this tournament so far is Ari, who's not been banned in this as well.
It's a very good point. Moma plays that very well as well. Indeed, but Extinct plays a very strong Vega against said Ari, so we'll have to see if and when aAa decide to reveal an Ari pick. But these first few then for AL, leaving it very late, right down to the last second. Maluno's favourite, Nocturne again, and Slepper on Ash. So even after all that time, very, very standard pickups. Interesting enough, okay, it's the final game. There's a lot of money on the line here, but no even hovering over Yi coming out of Linek there. He went straight into that Udyr as soon as his pick face came up. These guys, of course, despite it being nearly 1 AM, I think, in fact, AL are actually 2 hours in front, so it's nearly 2 AM for them. Everyone was in high spirits in the lobby beforehand, laughing and joking. So has even promised that tomorrow night he's going to play some more Amnesia.
I've still not seen that video. Still not seen it.
Well, you can see it live now. He's only about 70% of the way through the game, apparently.
Look at the Nocturne Ash pick's actually really nice. I quite like that. They could catch someone out really easily.
Yeah, I mean...
We're going to see a Leona Corki here?
We saw it against you guys, actually. Yeah, Leona Corki. Anguish would Warwick ultimate onto you 9 times out of 10. Then we see an Ash arrow and a Maluno fly across the map and finish you off. So it's very, very easy to do. But Enrated and Yellow Star getting what seems to be their favourite bottom lane combo at the moment. And with Jana already banned out, that means Linek can't run that. Although we've seen him run nothing but Soraka in these last few games.
That's true. Although I don't really like Soraka Ash, it's not the best of lanes.
No.
If they did run Soraka Ash, I think it's very dangerous for them. I think we're more likely to see... Oh, he's going to run Soraka Ash lane.
Maybe. There's still 30 seconds left. You've said it now, so they're probably going to have to switch it out just to prove you wrong.
I'm pretty terrified of that. If they pick that Soraka Ash lane, I think they're in big trouble.
It's a horrible thought.
Because Enrated does play good Leona.
Yeah, he plays a very, very strong Leona. There are a few people that match up. I know Creepo was trying it for a while, but he seemed to have stopped and he couldn't quite get to grips with it. He said it was good fun, but couldn't quite fit it in. And Rated playing it all the time now. And we even saw it banned out in the semi-final game.
One of Angus's favourite top laners there's Ribbon.
Exactly. Always running that Crimson Elite skin as well, from what I can see. But I know they're watching the stream, so he's probably going to play the other one just to
redeem Ribbon.
Wrong. Yeah.
So I am very worried about that bot lane. Ash Soraka is really dangerous against the Leona Corki.
Yeah.
So I was picking up that Lee Sin. With Voyboy, one of the strongest Lee Sins you'll see top lane.
Soaz has done it pretty well in the last couple of games we've seen. Again, not Voyboy standard. We saw Hanover Voyboy absolutely destroyed with that in the top lane. Even the games where they lost against Moscow Fire, the 1 or 2 he played in that top lane, he was solid. He kept up. He didn't drop too far behind. But unfortunately not enough to carry an entire team.
So will we see this Karthus coming out at the end? No, Morgana.
Morgana. Although with a heal and clarity. Then again, they were calling for an ARAM at the start of the game, so we might see that. That might be what we're going for here.
May see some promote surges, just getting thrown in there.
I tried that in ARAM once. You took promote on champion, and every time I respawned, promote one of the big minions, so the side lanes would push. It didn't work out too well. I didn't really gain much.
What rating are you, Panky?
I'm 1600. 1601 actually at the moment.
1600 tactics. That's gold, right? Is it gold?
Yep, it's got 1520 is the gold border.
Well done. Props to you.
Yeah, indeed. It's good fun.
You should sell lessons after casting. Like, once you finish this casting session, you can do some lessons online.
Once I finish this casting session, I'm just going to lie down with my head on here and pass out. But last pick for AL then was Xerath, someone who is very, very strong, especially in the right hands, but someone we haven't seen for a long, long time. We'll have to see how Extinct can do against Moma's Morgana then. So, long range is the first thing I see when I can see this AL team with Slepper, Maluno and Extinct. And a lot more melee in that against all authority line. And Moma, of course, okay, he's not melee, but he has to get really, really close if he wants that ultimate challenge in front. Yep. Soa's in everyone's face and Rated right in your face. Udyr, of course, and even Yellowstar doesn't have that much range on him. So if AL can kite well using the Ash's slow and the range on Extinct's damage, they might come off quite well here.
I think it's really going to come down to Extinct's positioning in these team fights. Like, I think he could just get instantly bursted, and that's what he's going to have to watch out for.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people don't like Xerath for the fact he has to sit so very still when it comes to doing the most of his damage, and that leaves him very much open for especially an easy E from Enrated, landing him right on top of it, shutting everything down very, very quickly.
One thing I don't like whenever I play Nocturne is the kind of kite comp that AL are going to have to run against it. aAa, then you're playing Nocturne, it's kind of counterintuitive because you want to go in with Nocturne, but you can't really do that. It's one of the things I find when I pick Nocturne in some team comps.
So, I mean, it will govern how he uses it, of course. If you're trying to, as you say, a lot of the time they like to initiate, and he went straight into the back on Yellowstar. But if AO are going to want to start kiting, we might see him leaving it towards the end of team fights instead and picking people off.
Yep, could be
or, of course, if aAa get right on top of it and jumping deep into AL, there's no way they can kite. Then we'll see him jumping into the back, probably onto Yellowstar. We'll see how it plays out. But we have got 2 minutes left on this delay period, guys. Against All Authority versus Absolute Legends, first game of this HearToWin Cup final. Winners taking home €2,500 and some Sennheiser hardware gear going by the website as well. So do stick around. We will be back very, very shortly with the game. I'm going to have a bit more of this whiskey because it's starting to work. I'm feeling a little bit more awake now. And remember, you can still vote for your MVP, facebook.com/HearToWinCup. Don't go anywhere. We will be back very, very soon. Welcome back then, guys. Advert should all be finished. We are seconds away from finishing this up, waiting on Moma. Has he switched to your lucky PC? Because he's taken a lot longer than he was earlier on. Moma, Yellowstar and Lunak to finish their loading. Then we'll be in underway. Angus didn't prove me wrong. He has used that Commando Elite Ribbon, not taken redeemed.
Well noticed that Soraka picked up CV, something Zenic's been running a lot throughout this tournament, is the CV, which we haven't seen from aAa at all. They much prefer those kill lanes on bottom.
Yeah, exactly. We made a point of how a lot of CVs are progressing, a lot of supports are progressing off of CV. Creeper used to run it a lot of the time. You said earlier on, he's running it less and less. Zinec, however, not only is he sticking with Soraka, which a lot of people are phasing out of their support roster, he's sticking with that CV as well. And they're in the final. It's obviously working for them.
I still am a little bit worried, though. All they have is a heal to combat that Leona Corki lane. The burst is going to be so huge.
And if, I mean, Leona initiates on Soraka, she's not even going to be able to get out of the stuns to use that heal, so it's even less of a chance. And that heal's not really any kind of strength till level 3 or level 4, so that's a long time to wait before you can really defend yourself.
Yep.
Let's wait and see. And those of you that didn't spot, the game name coming out of this was AL versus AAA Midnight Party. So, guys all in high spirits. But unfortunately, we're going to close the chat because some inappropriate whispers. I was getting whispered all the way through the last game, which I found obviously as we got out the other side.
I love you, Panky.
Not from We Love You, Panky. From the AL guys shouting obscenities, which I can't repeat. But did that one actually hit, or has he missed the bush? No, he did go in there.
That's in there.
But very defensive setup then. Absolute Legends against All Authority, playing for €2,500.
He's almost in bot lane, some aggression going down.
Yeah, aAa 4-man invading and Rated.
Don't see this coming.
Yeah, and Rated warding up to defend that side. And the rest of them playing very, very stealthy. And they're pinging out onto this blue buff.
I really like what aAa did there. They used the Leona to show to the enemy team.
Yeah.
And play some wars, distract them. Meanwhile, the rest of aAa snuck in. Dead behind there, but nothing there to catch.
AL are actually still set up in very defensive positions. I mean, if Zinuk moves too far out of the way and they can sneak in around, Slepper will be caught out. Of course, he's losing vision when he's in this corner.
I'm not sure if Soraka did see Udyr there.
No, they won't have just yet. Now they're going to have spotted it. Maluno will have seen them, and Zinuk can see them coming in this way. So aAa should be safe. Unless this blind lands, he flashes away. He actually probably could have just dodged that. He wasn't going to hit.
I'm really scared though. That Soraka just used flash against that Leona Corki kill lane.
Exactly. So really into that could see the result of this first game could be decided right down there very, very early on. We'll have to wait and see. But nice binding. Momo going to pull that blue buff. Momo still seems to be favourite for MVP so far. Do remember to go and vote for your favourite champion. He could have a horrible game here and everyone goes and deletes their comments, but we'll wait and see. Maluna doesn't seem too phased at this style, his blue buff. Just going to go and start Wraiths and Red instead.
What skill did Maluna take there? He might have took Fear. Oh, he's not chosen the skill that he's thinking he might gank top. That's what he's going for. With that early gank top.
Yeah, I think it's all going to depend on quite how he plays.
He just skilled his Fear, so he is going for this kill top now.
Okay, here we go. Soa's going in. Just uses shield, so that's his escape mechanism down for another 5 seconds. But Maluna's going to actually wait till it finishes.
Go for that last
recharging.
And you'll see Maluna head in.
He come up forward for this one. No, he's going to wait and grab this one up instead. Leave one to miss.
That's pretty good by Soa. He's being cautious. He does think Maluna's nearby. Started at red, so it is very possible that Maluna's hiding in that bush.
Yep. So very, very well played by Soaz, as she just pointed out, forcing Maluna to stay too defensive. He's going to come out now, just waste a little bit of mana on the Q, poke Soaz. But all that's done there is confirm Soaz's suspicions that Maluna was up here. And to be honest, just given the other lanes for against Lothario, a little bit of peace of mind knowing that Maluna was top. They know he's miles away. This bot lane know they can get aggressive now onto Zinnik because he's got no flash and the jungler is in no position to help him out. So not sure showing himself like that was the best idea.
Level 3, I think we're going to see some aggression in bot lane.
Yeah, once Enrated's grabbed all 3 of his abilities. He's got his E and his stun at the moment. And Udyr now making his way towards top, seeing if he's got any kind of luck. Slepper is getting grabbed by Enrated. The Ignite is out, but Yellow Star was a little bit too far away. Gang going out on top. Anguish forced to flash. He's been exhausted. And he may die here, indeed. The Soaz lands a good Q there. Exhaust going to take it down. He's very, very low. And that will be first blood. Soaz picking that up. Top lane going to be ever so hard for Riven now. Lee Sin so strong. And with an extra gold like that, and not even losing too many minions to this tower, he could even freeze the lane right here, and Riven's going to lose out on even more gold and XP. But Maluna wants to get his own back. Coming in onto mid, onto Momo. That Fear won't proc. Spell Shield does block it.
That's very good for Soaz top lane, getting that early advantage and freezing your lane there.
You can see there's already 1,000 gold up for against All Authority. Very, very good gank. And Extinct using up the last little bit of his mana. If he'd aimed that stun a bit, or that Q a little bit earlier, that stun would have procced. Momo was a little bit slow, in fact, on that spell shield, but he was good enough in his reactions and movement prediction to get away from the proc.
So level needs to be a little bit careful now.
Yeah, he's only level 3, so as he's going to hit level 5 very, very soon. These 4 minions should be enough. And no junglers nearby for anyone. And you can see Anguish going very low. Nice Q from Soaz. So
Ping just went down on
not
Udyr.
As sleepy as we feel.
So they do know where Udyr is just now.
Yep, there is level 5 for Soaz. Anguish is still not even 4 yet. This big wave of minions needs to die before Anguish can really worry about getting in close to Soaz. But Maluna is back up here. See, Maluna's up here, so is Udyr. He's run all the way up as a result.
This could be an interesting counter gank right here.
I was going to say, is Udyr up here just because he knows Anguish is behind, they want to cement Soaz as his lead, or does he expect Maluna to be here?
Oh, well.
Very nice base straight in. Anguish very low. It does no flash, and it will be a nice pick up.
Even if he flashes, he could die here.
He does flash away. Linak going to follow it, and a very nice double kill for Linak. Jungle Master Yi, not quite the same as Udyr.
Yeah, Linak had a really good start. Took that blue buff off of Absolute Legend in the beginning, then went to his red, then went to his own blue, and definitely pulled away in the lead.
So, a very, very strong top lane as it stands. Riven having all sorts of trouble. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, Anguish kind of is seen as the star player in aAa. Well, I know a couple of people would actually say it's Maluna at the moment. He seems to be grabbing quite a following. But either way, shutting down someone as strong as Anguish in that top lane so hard. Even Momo coming in for another gank. Momo's 6, he's got his ultimate. Anguish will fall down. There's the ignite. He just needs to land that snare, which now he's stunned. He will. Soaz taking the tower. Very well played against all authority. Anguish literally just got back into lane.
Just getting back to lane. Level 4, 2 levels behind Soaz.
I just heard the chat noise. I'm not going to bring it up to show it, but I'm sure that was a very nice, very well played, guys. GG going well. And very nice friendly chat going on. Soaz then doing what damage he can to this top tower. Won't want to kill it just yet. That will give Riven a chance to free farm back up here, freezing the lane. But Linak with his double kill, looking to try and steal this blue respawn. Meluno's here. Instinct coming in from mid, so he's actually cutting off Linak's escape right now.
Oh, he just hit level 5 on Nocturne.
Show us how behind Meluno is.
He steals it.
Very nice smite, and that was punishment for an early smite from Meluno.
Yep.
He was obviously trying to help his Extinct out, but he was not expecting Linak to be hiding in that bush, and everything going in against all authority's favour right here.
It's a very strong performance everywhere. I'm surprised we've not seen anything bottom yet. I would have thought a lot more would have happened there. It actually seems like aAa are winning that lane almost.
If we look at CS, 49 to 53, so CS is equal. The fact in rated is low at the moment. Now that Slepper and Zinnak have reached that level 4
and they're both based at the same time. There's no one. I'm kind of surprised by that actually. I was expecting more out of aAa's bot lane.
Indeed. So, maybe in rated's very tired. There's many things, but I don't think it matters. The fact they're keeping up on top of the massive lead Soaz and Linak have got right now is all they need to be doing right here. We should. Do you think we'll see an early dragon attempt out of aAa as they're so far ahead? Soaz is good at taking down an early dragon, just how Lee Sin works.
I actually don't think they will. Because of the bot lane pressure just now, I don't think they will. I think Soaz is just going to continue his dominance on top, and I think that's probably the best decision right now. Force Riven to get further behind.
Do you think AL wants an early dragon then? Obviously they need as much bonus gold as they can. They need to be careful they don't want to fight down there.
They do have the Madrids on Nocturne now, and with the Soraka it is possible they sneak in a dragon. But if you look at the vision that aAa has near that dragon area, it's going to be very hard to do that.
Have a lot moment picking up his blues for Extinct. He's going to start having a horrible time against that now that he hasn't got his own one. And it does look like we're set up for another dive. Now he comes double off Udyr. No means at all. They might just stop and kill the tower. Wow, now they're going to chase down onto Anguish, who still only has got armor.
I feel really sorry for Anguish right now.
You do feel a little bit sorry. So far there's a ping, low health warning on Moment. Extinct doing a very good job down there. But Anguish, very nice stun and flash away. Meluno trying to get within ultimate range.
He's going to get stunned now.
And there's the exhaust going to Anguish still trying to get down to Nocturne.
Zera should have headed there. I wonder why Zera didn't head there.
He still hasn't. He's still not leaving. Anguish is going to fall as a result. And he's only worth 170 gold right now. Very, very cheap.
It's cheap.
Anguish is cheap right now, yeah. And Meluno may even look like he's falling down as well. Very nice Q from Soaz. Wow!
Oh, his flash was just down. Almost back up.
Oh, yeah.
Literally seconds before his flash is back up.
Linak doesn't even care. Flashing away before the stun goes off. Extinct's got no mana to proc that stun, however. If you actually look, Soaz landed his Q, and the fear was on him, channeling. He Q'd in, did the damage he needed, W'd back to a ward just before the fear procced. It broke, and then he procced his Q again, went straight back in onto Meluno. Perfect timing backwards and forwards.
Very talented Lee Sin player.
He very much is, and that is going to be mid-tower. 2 towers down for Against All Authority. 10 minutes and they have such a huge lead.
Over 5k goal advantage in 10 minutes is pretty substantial.
Yeah, it certainly is. As N-rated drops a couple of wards down, setting around this dragon area, at least in down here. Linak has just finished healing up, still got his red channeling for a little while. And
take a look at Udyr's first item.
Udyr's first item, let's have a click on it for everyone.
Extinct dropping down here. Meluno heads in, but I think Meluno's now in trouble. Does have his flash though. Yeah, he's going to be okay.
Okay. Nice dodge on that Q from Moma.
So I think that Deathfire Grasp helped a lot there.
I was going to say, those you can't see it. Deathfire Grasp on Linak. There was a couple of posts about it on the Reddit thread, of course, suspected trolling. There he goes out onto Zinnik, did quite a bit of damage. He realising, actually, I'm not as tanky as I thought. He can't take down Slepper. Big damage combined there. Nice arrow coming out. Soaz does catch it in the face, and Rated going Soaz all the way across the tower. Zinnik still very, very low.
Soaz could drop
Soaz won't quite. Linek taking the tower. Nice shield coming in from Soaz. They're still
in trouble. Soaz going to drop down. Yep, Soaz down. First kill for AL, but I don't think it really matters at this point.
Yeah, Yellow Star fell as well. Linek, turtle stance keeping him going. So a little bit careless, a little bit greedy to be honest. They didn't really need to dive that at all. But Deathfire Grass, he wanted to use it on that Soraka.
Just in case if you're watching this, it is not a suggested item for Udyr jungle.
It is not a suggested, no. Although he may in fact fall down. Ooh, dodging that very nicely from Extinct. Not sure of the ultimate use there.
I think just to secure the kill. Yeah. Nothing's going to happen for the next minute anyway, so just secure the kill.
Yeah, in fact, something may happen, and it may be AL doing this Drake. Yeah, we've got Extinct down it, a lot of damage. You said Maluno and Soraka can sneak in a dragon with that Madred's up. That's exactly what we're looking at. And Rated and the Yellow Star are making their way across. Don't think they're going to do too much to stop it, though.
Yeah, it's free dragon for AL. That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's certainly what they need. They need that global gold. Ooh,
come down from Leona.
That was close. I've seen Leona steal a blue buff using the Zenith Blade before. That's the lowest damage move in the game.
Trouble here has no flash. Corky.
He is going low.
Tons of damage.
Tons of damage indeed. Extinct picking up and Rated right in the back of the fight with that massive raid.
Slipper drops down. Maluno's going to... Nope. Soaz not going to pick another kill here, might die.
He needs to get her back.
Oh, it's close.
Not quite. He wants to dash to something friendly. Maluno will pick it up with a Q.
Is Yellow Star in trouble here to Riven?
He is. I don't know if Riven's activated his ultimate off yet.
Momo's coming in now to back them up.
Yeah, Momo's actually been back and firing all that time. Not farming, sorry, shopping all that time. Blue buff has respawned. Linek and Momo are here, very, very strong, looking like they want to take it down.
In trouble here.
Yeah, and Extinct there with him. Extinct wearing that red buff low on mana. Does have his ultimate.
From Soraka. Yeah, it should be safe. I don't think we'll dive that.
Yeah, but Linux there with his Deathfire Grasp up. Angus is going to meet him in the face.
Triple E need to be careful because 5 members of AL are closing in on them.
Yeah, they are winning, but they need to stop being quite so overconfident. Bruno, if this fear procs, it won't because of the spell shield. Could go horribly wrong. Arrow misses. Angus gets snared completely. It's still just 2 members of aAa just bouncing backwards and forwards, toying with absolute legends. But the rest of the team are now joining. We're looking at a 5v4 fight. Maluno getting snared on top of that pool. Momo wants to pop his ultimate. Not quite enough damage. Does have to leave. And Rated going into the back. Yellow Star still farming.
Soaz coming in now to clean up. Here comes Soaz.
Maluno falls down to Rated. And yes, Soaz arriving and Rated going to fall. One more attack from Ash. Momo very, very low. Soaz and Linux chasing Angus right down behind 2 towers. Such an odd game.
Nice stun. Well played.
As I said, Momo might not be having a great game. Might want to go and take up his MVP votes.
I think Linux getting MVP with his blasting wand. An interesting choice on Udyr.
Does his Phoenix stance take ability power damage?
Yep.
Yes, so Phoenix stance getting a whole 25 ability power out of the 100, so it's a tiny ratio. Turtle stance only getting 50. Linek.
No comment.
Yeah, no comment at all. The gold count, which was 6,000 at one point, is now down to nearly 3.
Yep. And that actually could come into play. You know, when you see Linek falling behind in those items coming to mid to late game.
Exactly.
Could be something very bad for AA.
You've got Slepper getting stronger and stronger. He's picking up a few kills. He's now 4 and 2. When you want Udyr to actually do Udyr's job, other than smite stealing blue buff, very well played Linek there.
Well, that turtle shield's pretty strong.
It is going to be pretty strong, but you might want more than that. He's going to try and try to stun Extinct. But
I think Linux on full troll mode just now.
I think he is.
I'll dive 2 turrets just to stun you, then run away again.
Notice as well how Linek is on a Smurf. Viklos, his main account, got banned overnight. He played on his main yesterday, went on to solo queue when we finished, I presume.
Banned for a week.
Yes, right. I think Linek's playing again. Ban. So, let's see. Against the Authority, need to group up and have a prop-up 5v5 team fight. All we saw was skirmishes around that blue buff area. They are still very, very strong. Moma, again, not really taking too much part. He's been showing up, popping a couple of snares, and ultimate flashing straight out again. But we'll wait and see. AL still playing very, very safe. Zinek only level 7 at the moment. Maluno level 8, as opposed to 9 on things. Zinek, wow! absolutely nuked. Nice snare moment, very nice pickup from Soaz. Massive damage from that Lee Sin Q.
Top tower now. Corky's still bottom, farming away. It looks like Slepper's basing, so it could be a free tower bot and top right now.
Yeah, his Instinct needs to start taking out some minions. The Linek once again coming around the back. Instinct very nearly getting caught there. Yeah, aAa, there's the arrow coming out. Does land a lot of damage to Linek. And he will fall down very, very quickly before he gets to cast his Deathfire Grasp.
Yep, most important part.
Most important part indeed. So, I have a feeling aAa may be having some strong words with Linek right now.
So, hey, interesting note, he did not go Sorcerer's Shoes, you know, to help out with that Deathfire Grasp. So
exactly, so
maybe I was getting a bit cautious.
Only doing about 28% instead of 30% of the health. Momo getting caught. Wow, very well played by Extinct. Corky's still not here. He's pushing their bottom lane. Maybe even get another tower. It's quite a big wave of minions. Another one obviously following up. No one here quite to defend it. Ash is coming across, but Yellowstar's going to play it safe and recall.
You really need to be careful though.
They've opened the gap back up to about 4,000 gold. But aAa are still very, very strong. Dragon will be respawning soon.
I do imagine we're going to see some legit items coming from Udyr now. Probably into that Randuins, I would assume, first.
I mean, if the game gets much closer, is it worth him selling them to build sensible Udyr items? Or is it too late in the day now? Does he not get enough back?
Just build into a Randuins now and then it should be okay. Udyr really only needs 2 items. Randuins, Wits End, and that's you're fine.
Fair enough. And there's, I mean, with the Heart of Gold already, Randuins is not the most expensive. Wits End is only 2,000 gold, which you can get out of one really good team fight. So we'll wait and see how Linek plays it. Obviously, this is not the first time we've seen him run Deathfire Grasp Udyr. We saw him run it in the last game in the semi-finals, but he got the sensible items before he got the Deathfire Grasp that time round.
Well, notice Anguish is 1 in 5, did have a really tough time top lane, but we saw, was it that game with Aurelia, who was that against? He went 1 in 7 and still had a huge impact in the game.
Yeah, exactly, just CSing hard all the way through. He's up to 94, so he is not quite above Soaz yet, but he's still got a few big items up. And we'll have to wait and see.
Ash has almost finished that Infinity Edge as well.
Dragon has respawned. Yellowstar is sitting on it waiting for his team to arrive. Hawkshot goes out. Ash Arrow is off cooldown. Nocturnal is not. As Extinct ult is. Linek going out in bear stance all the way across the lane. Not quite enough movement speed for that. No. And we'll see now where they're going to make it. Rotating back round towards that dragon. aAa are in no positions to stop this. The Consolatory backwards and forwards really need to make their mind up.
I actually think a fight would be good for aAa right now. With that double buff on Riven and that blue buff on Ash, I think a fight could be good for them. If they could draw it out, like, if they want to go all in, just kind of draw the fight out a little bit, poke them down, use that
mentioned, yeah, in the picks and ban phase, this team very well set up for kiting. And, okay, the double buff is more off of Anguish. And, yeah, against sort of Authority in no position to do it. They did sneak around and pick up Dragon. But, aAa in a very, very nice push up that mid. They want to steal this blue buff, but it's not there. Anguish running around the long way around instead of, you know what, I've got a Hawkshot. You can run around, save your legs.
aAa pushing up mid, they're actually grouping. Corky's coming in mid as well. Could possibly pick up a free tower here because aAa's completely out of position.
Extinct's there on his own. He can clear mini waves quite quickly with that Q, of course, straight down the middle, but still a 5-man aAa team.
Free tower for aAa. Good call, whoever made that one.
Yes. Linek, Slepper will fall down. Ultimate from Momo may have been a little bit of overkill. He was very much dead as well. And now it means they can't dive here. If they had that Momo on, but they could still dive this tower, but I don't think they're going to need to. aAa just going to have to hand it to them. Deathfire Grasp from Linek. And there's another free tower against Full Authority. It's going to result in an inhib as well. I can see him
base now after this one.
Yeah. Base and Baron perhaps, and that actually nice damage from Extinct, forcing Moment to play a bit more tentatively. The inhib is still going to fall down. Question is what they do after it. They're going to have to back out safely. And Rated getting picked on by Extinct. There's the spell shield up. Ash Arrow coming out, does actually land on Yellowstar.
Yellowstar flashes out.
Does flash out and Rated will fall down. A little bit of a lag freeze up. Maluna gets back into the base, Soaz falls down. New focus is going to be Yellowstar. And yeah, he will fall very nicely. I don't know what the hell the camera is doing there. But Angus still trying to chase down onto Momo. So against Full Authority, outstaying their welcome.
It looks like they could be pressing for a Baron here.
They're certainly in the position to. Extinct's low on mana, but Maluno's low on health. So is Anguish, but Zinnik is here with an Oracles and all those heals and armor buffs. So needs to get in there onto Anguish soon. Extinct actually finding no amount of ability power is going to save him from that damage. Oh, right on the tip.
This is going to be a Baron buff for aAa.
That's exactly what we meant against Solar 30. While they had that 6k gold lead, 1 to 5 Riven. She's now 2 to 5. They've obviously stopped focusing her, but that stun still very, very disruptive, and that ultimate, a long-range damage buff. aAa need to, against Solar 30, need to play these fights a little bit smarter now.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit too cocky, and it's costing them.
And exactly as you said, here we go. Linux starting to build his Randy Dins.
Randy Dins. Randy Dins. That's a nice name for Randy Dins.
Randy Dins Omen, then building it up, getting a little bit more sensible. But if he keeps getting sniped by Extinct like he did, it's going to slow that process down a lot more. Dragon is actually due up somewhere in the next 3 minutes. Slepper needs to be careful not to get caught out here by Soaz and Enrated. Nice cue from Soaz. Almost. Jesus Christ.
Oh, you'll get it, Panky.
Well.
But as we said, this is this mid lane, although they lost the inhib, it's actually a good thing. They picked up Baron, got a couple of kills, and now they have the chance to farm up mid and get back into this game. And that's one thing that aAa really didn't want to happen.
I mean, the only initiate aAa have when it comes to under these towers, really, you don't want Enrated to do it because he will die very, very quickly. There is Moma. So as long as you can dodge those snares and bindings coming out, they can seat you all day long. You've got Baron buff. You can just sit there and farm wave after wave after wave and just keep dodging those dark bindings, and aAa will eventually catch up. It's only 3,000 gold now. That's not much at all.
There's not much.
Most of that gold is towers as well. When you think about it, towers can be evened out very, very easily. It's not like a dragon or a baron, which is replenishable. So if you're actually taking all that dragon, those tower gold out and evening it up, aAa are ahead. So when it comes to a couple of good fights and they can even those towers up, they are by no means out of this game. But double buff yellow star for quite some time now. Soaz got a blue himself. More shields. The Randy Dins has now been finised from Linak. Randy Dins.
Are you deliberately doing this now, or is it just coming
I'm pretty sure I said Randy Dins that time.
You said Randy Dins.
I'm gonna.
Maluno's in trouble. He's going to drop down.
Very, very nice
free bot tower now for aAa as the minions push up.
So as abusing that mobility from Lee Sin, dashing over to the minions and then landing a Q at E combo. Maluno was never getting out of there. So, shame to lose another Baron buff. But
I think they should be able to hold this though. Well, they might die, but I don't think they will, because Soaz did use his ultimate. Yeah, he did. So I don't foresee a dive coming out of that.
Although the arrow shower comes out straight onto a black shield, exactly. So spell immunity, saving that. Deathfire Grasp is still off cooldown. Linux getting right up in the face. Anguish is actually getting quite tanky now. He's finished that death.
In trouble here. Linux's going to drop down.
Linux will fall. Very nice pick from Extinct. And they will if Linux keeps. Oh, Yellowstar keeps taking all that damage.
aAa needs to be careful they don't turn around and just burst them.
Slow goes out into Enrated. Ultimate comes out from Maluna. They are going straight in down there. The Sphere won't proc. However, Anguish going to flash over the wall. Enrated is a guaranteed death. Very nice from aAa. They are making the most of this. Dragon will be up very, very soon. And that Baron buff certainly helping them out. 15 kills each now. Closing the gap down to about 3,000 gold.
And Ash is actually starting to get pretty strong, as well as Zera.
Yeah, she's finished that Infinity Edge. She's got that Zeal going. Anguish, you are going to get caught. Stun will proc.
Coming in as well just to finish it off. Not very necessary.
Doesn't even need to. So mistakes coming out from all these players. It is very, very late. As Linik, interestingly enough, actually looking like he's going for a Frozen Heart now instead of that Wit's End.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice. They do have triple AD on Absolute Legends, so yeah, it's still a valid item.
I mean, you've just said how strong Slepper's suddenly becoming, so if you can slow his attack speed, that'll stop him for a little bit. But mid inhibitors respawn, so that farm for aAa is slowly going to dry up. There is a dragon pickup for against Solar 30. That puts them on 41,000 gold, back up to a 5k difference. 26 minutes in, that's so much gold floating around, and a lot of kills considering this is a game for 2,500 euros.
Both teams going at it, no one's really holding back.
We've got 4PL admins falling asleep on the sofas next to us. And a very tired looking Paul heading to the kitchen. But against All Authority and aAa still playing for this money. Moma, of course, sitting in the other room. Has he taken those sunglasses off yet, or is he still sitting there wearing
they're staying right here.
Oh, that would explain it. Baron will be up then in about 2 minutes' time. It has obviously worn off from AL. And see whether they pick it up again, or if aAa play a bit more safe this time.
I think
more
AAA
importantly,
is just going to push emphasis on him. Just Luno
again getting full.
Luno is going to drop down here. Zenix in trouble as well. This could be the end of the game right here.
That could be very nice. Ultimate from Enrated actually did catch Zenix. Leper will fall. It's going to be GG. Zenix extinct.
Snake's going to drop down as well. Has just flashed, but it's not going to be enough, and Anguish is in trouble now. There's the ace coming from AAA.
And very, very well played by them. That is going to be GG. And I mean, it's showing you there, Extinct, if he was any other AP carry, he had a massive burst. He forces Zonya to do, forces Zonya's out of Moma, and he was doing what he could. But the fact is, to do that damage, he had to stay still, and that allowed the rest of Against All Authority to just jump right in, and he couldn't kite them back while doing that same damage out there.
Molino got caught out there. Almost every single team fight, someone in AL has been caught out before the team fight.
Maluno's actually back up. He ults straight into Moma. The fear does proc. Zinuk is back up, standing in the middle of him. Maluno taking Moma very, very low. Moma won't die. That's shield. Look at that tiny little grey bar. Shield from Soaz keeping him up. That will be game one against All Authority versus Absolute Legends.